Hey there everybody, and welcome to my tutorial for making cupcakes. Now this is a pretty easy song. I think the most difficult part of it is that you have to hit a whole bunch of the same note in short succession early on in the song. And it can be a little bit difficult to get those all in. But that's pretty much where the difficulty ends in this song. So let's go ahead and start with part one. Now you'll notice that I also add a little intro before it, just leading up into it. It's pretty simple. It's just, it's actually where the first chord will end up when you start the song. And it's just... and all that is... and these notes right here. And then continuing on with the left hand, you're going to have 4 chords that you do over the course of what the left hand's doing in the first bit. And each chord is going to get played twice. Let me give you an example. And that's essentially what that hand's going to be doing during part 1. So you have the initial 4. And that's what the left hand's doing for part 1. Okay, so let me go ahead and slow that down for you guys. And again, even slower. This time without the 4 at the intro, just the original, no, just the 4 chords that will be played during the first bit. Okay, so let's move on to the right hand. Now in my opinion, this is where this song gets a little bit difficult, just because you're trying to hit a whole bunch of notes really quickly, and it's just all the same note. So in this case, it's this note right here, C, D. And you're going to be hitting it 6 times. I might just play through it for you guys so you can see how it goes. Okay, let me slow that down. Okay, and one's actually a little bit slower than that. Yeah, but once you really start getting ripping on this, like I said, it's only a 29-30 second song, so when you're really going full speed, it's going to... So make sure you get all 6 of those notes in there. It can get difficult if you're not used to hitting notes that quickly. Anyway though, I'm going to try to slow the song down for you guys a little bit at this point, slow this part 1 down for you. So here we go. So that way you guys can see what all's going on in there. Okay, well at this point I think it's worth moving on to part 2. So again, we're gonna, it's a slightly repetitious at the beginning. You have 2 verses of pretty close to each other at the very beginning of the song. So here's what it sounds like. again, so the left hand is hitting another 4 chords, hitting all 4 of them twice, just like in part 1. So it goes back to where we started, so. But now we're going to go down to. So the first 3 chords of that are the same as in part 1, but the last one, it jumps down. So let me slow that down. Okay, and that's pretty much all that's going to do for part 2. Just those 4 chords. Okay, so move on to the right hand then. So I'm just going to play through it again for you guys first so you guys can get a feel for what you're going to be playing. Okay, let me go ahead and slow it down now. And maybe once even a little bit slower than that. Okay, so let me go ahead and play through it for you guys slowly now. Now, like I said, these first 2 parts, in my opinion, are probably the most difficult parts of the song just because you have to keep hitting that note really quickly in succession. So it gets a decent bit easier after this. The only more difficult part, I would think, well, I might be a little out of line saying because I've only, been playing it like that for, a day and a half, 2 days. But the ending part, after I switched it up, it's a little bit funky because there ain't a lot of chords. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, let's go ahead and get moving on into part 3. So let me go ahead and play for you guys so you can see what you're going to be playing. So again, I've broken this down into you're only doing 4 chords with your left hand this time. So, just little bite-sized chunks. This song, if you start doing too much of it at a time, it can be a little more difficult to understand. So, yeah, so starting with the left hand again. Again, only 4 chords, each being played twice. Okay, let me slow that down. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the right hand at this point. So, left hand was pretty, in my opinion, self-explanatory, but, just those 4 chords doing what they do. So yeah, onto the right hand. We're actually going to be starting on this note now. Let me see, C, D, E, F, G, I believe? So. Okay, let me slow that down. And even a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to play through it a little bit slowly for you guys, so you can see how everything meshes up. Okay, let's go ahead and get moving on into part 4. So, like before, I'm going to play through it for you guys first so you can see what you're going to be playing. Okay, again, another 4-chord chunk in your left hand, so let's get right on into that. Pretty similar to part 3, so again, just the 4th chord is a little bit different. So. Okay, so now a little bit slower. So it's okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on into the right hand now. So let me play through it for you guys first. Okay, let me go ahead and slow that down. And even a little bit more on top of that. Okay, let me go ahead and play through it a little bit slowly for you guys now so you guys can see how everything meshes up. Okay, let's go ahead and move on into part 5 now. It's one of the more iconic parts of the song near the end. So I'll only go ahead and play through it for you guys so you guys can see how it goes. Again, I'm limited only to 4 chords, that are being played in the left hand, so let's get on into them. So what's happening here is it's pretty simple. It goes from here up to here, then returns back, then up 1 note higher, so and that's pretty much how the left hand goes for this part. So yeah, let's just move right on to the right hand. Let me play through for you guys first so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, let me go ahead and slow that down for you guys. Okay, and even a little bit slower than that. Okay, now let me go ahead and play through it slowly so you guys can see how it weaves together. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and move on into the final part. Now this one's going to be a little bit longer than all the ones leading up into it, because I'm going to include the ending into it as well. It shouldn't make it that much more difficult, but bear in mind that this will be a little bit longer than the other ones. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play through it and show you guys how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the left hand here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and play through this nice and slow so you guys can see what's going on. There's a lot of chords in here, so yeah, I'm going to make sure I play it nice and slow so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, let me go ahead and move into the right hand. Let me play it through for you guys so you guys can see how it goes first. Okay, now let me go ahead and slow that down. And even a little bit slower than that. Okay, let me go and play through it slowly now for you guys so you can see how it weaves together. Okay, so yeah, played about full speed. This should be somewhere around 30 seconds long, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, coming up next is going to be my tutorial for the Crystal Fair, so that should be fun. I have made a few changes, so I'll probably get another cover-up like I did for this song before I get the tutorial out. Just fix some minor mistakes here and there that I didn't notice until I actually listened to it all the way through after I had pieced it all together, and then listen to it side to side next to the actual piece like, oh, I need to fix a few things. So yeah, so I fixed those things, and so I need to get another cover of that out before I get the tutorial out, but that'll probably happen next weekend. So yeah, until then, see you guys. Hope you guys enjoy and that you enjoy playing Cupcakes. I know it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. So talk to you guys later.